क्लाइमेक्स मिडियाको प्रस्तुति दैनिक रोजगार समाचारमा स्वागत गर्दछु म करुणा। दर्शकवृन्द, दैनिक रोजगार समाचारको सुरुवात गरौँ आजको रोजगार अपडेटबाट।
दर्शकवृन्द नमस्कार। क्लाइमेक्स मिडियाको प्रस्तुति दैनिक रोजगार समाचारको युरोप विशेष कार्यक्रममा तपाईहरुलाई स्वागत गर्दछु। म शम्भु पोखरेल। दर्शकवृन्द, अहिले हामी कार्डिफ आइपुगेका छौँ। खास गरी बेलायतको यो वेल्स एउटा पहिला चाहिँ एउटा छुट्टै स्वायत्त राज्य हो, पछि जुन एउटा ग्रेट ब्रिटेनको एउटा पार्टको रूपमा एउटा सहरको रूपमा रहेको छ। र यहाँ अहिले हामी आइपुगेका छौँ कार्डिफ सिटीका चाहिँ लर्ड मेयरकोमा। उहाँ चाहिँ यहाँको फर्मल चाहिँ एउटा सम्बोधन अनुसार चाहिँ द राइट अनरेबल द लर्ड मेयर अफ कार्डिफ भन्ने कार्डिफ काउन्सिलर भन्ने गरेको छ। उहाँ हुनुहुन्छ डेरिक मोर्गन। उहाँसँग आज हामी बुझ्दैछौँ नेपालले यहाँबाट सक्ने विकासका गतिविधिहरू, यहाँको संस्कृति र हुनसक्छ यदि भनेदेखि नेपाल जुन दक्षिण एसियाकै बेलायतसँग दौत्य सम्बन्ध कायम गर्ने पहिलो राष्ट्र भएको नाताले नयाँ डाइमेन्सन के खोज्न सकिन्छ, यो विषयमा आज हामी कुरा गर्दैछौँ। उहाँलाई स्वागत गरौँ। वेलकम टु आवर शो सर।
Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to know especially your role to the city, to the community, and to the Wales as well.
I have two roles actually. I'm the chair of council primarily, which means that I chair all of the local council meetings in Cardiff, and I am also the Lord Mayor of Cardiff. This involves me in lots of civic duties. I travel all the way around Cardiff and all the way around Wales to attend these civic duties and to promote Cardiff as much as possible. Primarily, my role is the promotion of Cardiff.
The Cardiff is a historic city as well, and we have lots of forefathers' legacy over here. Can you please pinpoint some of the major attraction of Cardiff?
The major attractions now, or the major attractions that our forefathers built for us. Our forefathers left us a complete legacy in Cardiff. We've got some iconic buildings, including Cardiff Castle, Mansion House and City Hall, which was all founded on the coal trade, basically. That was the biggest, Cardiff was the biggest port for exporting coal throughout the world. A very famous man, the Marchioness of Bute, was responsible for building Cardiff back in those days, and the chain that I wear today was presented to the council by the Marchioness of Bute, so there is a lot of history to the city. It now is an international capital city, and proud to be so. We have some marvellous facilities within Cardiff. Everyone knows Wales for being a sporting community. We've got the Millennium Stadium, which hosts rugby and football matches. We've got a sports village that was built down at the bay, which is the old docks, and also there are plenty of water sports being promoted around the bay, which fits in well with Cardiff's heritage.
In what way the Cardiff is different to other cities here in UK?
Cardiff is the best, and it's pretty unique in many of the things that it has. I spoke to you just now about the Millennium Stadium. That's a stadium that is right in the centre of town, right in the centre of the city. So when any sporting events take place there, people are always astounded that they're close to hotels, they're close to restaurants, they're close to pubs, and everything is on hand. Yeah, Cardiff is a growing city, but it's still well contained, and people are able to move around it very easily to enjoy the facilities that we have here.
What is the main income source of the Cardiff?
The main income source, a bit hard to say, you know, the tourism is a great part of Cardiff's industry. There are no really big industries except for the steelworks, which is not as big as it used to be, but is still functioning in Cardiff. They would probably, after the council, be the biggest employer in Cardiff. But then there are lots of service industries at the moment that we rely on for employment and trade.
If we go to the political system here and the political parties, the Labour Party is comparable with the Nepalese CP and UML, we call the Communist Party of Nepal, United Marxist and Leninists. And Labour Party has earned if we come through 1995 to 2012, 3 times Labour Party has got majority in your council, in your city. What's the base of the Labour Party here, and why it comes again and again in the forefront?
Historically, the Labour Party has always been the predominant party in Wales because of Wales's working class background. It's always been a socialist country. As Lord Mayor of Cardiff, I take no part in politics for my year of office. But obviously I do have an affiliation with the party, which I will resume at the end of my term, and that will be the Labour Party. But the Labour Party is founded from many, many years through the working class people in Cardiff.
And you, I think you are also from Labour Party.
Yes, I am.
In 2 elections, when Labour Party could not become the first party, but the difference is very few, a small difference. But when you got the first party, the difference is very high. So what's the reason behind it?
There was a lot of dissatisfaction with national politics. I think national politics in the UK plays a major role in anything that happens. And, you know, if Westminster is putting through some unsavoury measures and they come down and kick Cardiff, then Cardiff kicks back. And I think it was a kickback situation where people were fed up with the politics in Westminster, and it helped the local Labour Party to gain so much success at the last election.
We don't want to talk as a Nepalese community, but they are from Nepalese origin. What is the role of the people from Nepalese origin in your party and in your community?
We've a couple of Nepalese families in the ward that I represent. One of them I regard as a very good friend of mine, Shambhu, who is looking at me at this moment in time and smiling. I think that the Nepalese community always impressed me as being a gentle race. They really were, and they do take an active part in local events. They're welcome to do that. They are really, really nice people.
What part of your life you like most?
In my official role as the Lord Mayor?
Maybe personally?
That's a predominant part of my life at the moment. It seems to take over everything I do, but I think I enjoy going out and meeting people, especially children. I loved, I've got a couple of events this week with children, a matinee concert at St David's Hall, which is another building within the centre of Cardiff. Anything to do with children really pleases me because they are our future, and they do respect the role of Lord Mayor so much. You know, it's a nice relationship that can be built between the children and the future of the city and the Lord Mayor.
There is some sort of critics like that. Most of British are just enjoying in their forefathers' legacy, but they are not doing something new for the next generation. Do you agree with this statement?
No, I know the role of Lord Mayor is a historic role. People respect the history of the Lord Mayoralty, they really do. I've always been welcomed wherever I go, and the feelings of the citizens of Cardiff, as far as I can understand them, is that they wish it to continue. It really is something that we of our heritage that we've got to be proud of. We can't drop. We've got to continue with.
Nepal is the first country in South Asia who made develop bilateral relation with Britain. Do you have something to say about this? We have just celebrated 200 years of our bilateral relation.
I think everyone's perception of the relationship between Nepal and the UK is through the Gurkhas. I think everybody respects and loves the Gurkhas. They really are a predominant force from Nepal and have done so much to foster relationships over here. You know, everybody respects the Gurkhas. And long may it continue. I think there's a lot more to be gained from us forging perhaps closer links, but unfortunately that's outside of my remit. We do have an international department within Cardiff whom those links could be fostered, and I think it would be a good thing because we've got a thriving Nepalese community now in Cardiff. They're a respected community and damn nice people.
Okay. Do you have a personal interest and personal, somewhat like in your leisure time, you may have to study, to know about Nepal or Nepalese community, like that?
I enjoy learning about Nepal. I'd like to learn a lot more. But if I ever see anything that's on the television about Nepal, I always make sure I watch that. And I also learn a lot from especially my dear friend Shambhu about his beloved country, and I would love to visit Nepal, to be quite truthful. It really appeals to me. Much more than Spain or Italy.
Is it possible to visit in your during your tenure?
No, because my tenure finishes in May of this year. It's only a 1-year term. That's and the diary is fully committed up until the end of May, I think. So unfortunately not. But it is a thing that I would contemplate in a private capacity anyway.
Okay. What are the things to be learned from Cardiff or your council, your city, to the next of the cities in the world?
Come and have a look at us and see what we've done. We've done many, many, many good things. There's some many beautiful things about Cardiff that people don't appreciate. One way of learning more about Cardiff and Wales in total is to visit the National Museum of Wales, which portrays everything about our heritage. There's buildings there that have been brought from all over Wales and rebuilt in the museum. I think people can gain from that an insight into what Wales is all about.
Okay, we came say something like that. You have system. Everybody are obliged to do some or not to do something, and you have a well set system from very beginning, maybe 200, 300 years. Now, the next dimension to the well set system is obviously the developing economy. What can the Nepalese city or other community learn from you? How to develop system and how to gain the economic prosperity?
Come and have a look at us. See what we came from, because there's plenty of opportunity to do that, and then see where we are now. And I think you can pick up a lot from there. We've done a lot of good things in the city to make it the city that I am proud of. Cardiff, as I said before, is an international capital city. This year we've got recognition as the European capital city of sport. So Cardiff is gaining recognition. Again, we go back to the sporting connection, but there is so much more that Cardiff has to offer. And what I would say to anyone that wants to learn about Cardiff, come over and have a look at us. You'll be impressed.
Nepalese community, the number of the Nepalese origin community is, I think, small here. But do you see any potentiality in here, politics to coming days in a Nepalese community?
In Cardiff?
Yeah.
Well, I think if you speak to the Nepalese that I've spoken to in Cardiff, are very happy with what they've got here and take an active role in the community and politics. So yeah, they can offer a lot to us.
Do you see any potentiality to have in such a vital role, like maybe councillor or like that in coming days?
I didn't expect to be a councillor 12 years ago, but here I am now. that opportunity is open to everybody within the city. And I think it will be welcome. We've got a diverse council, we really have. And Cardiff is a multicultural city. And I would welcome the opportunity for someone from the Pole to be a Cardiff councillor. I think there's plenty of opportunity to do so. And as I say, I would welcome that. Especially one man that I know in particular.
Okay, thank you very much, and I'd like to invite you to visit Kathmandu during your tenure as the mayor of this city.
I'd just like to say thank you very, very much for this conversation. Thank you.
दर्शकबिन पक्कै पनि नेपालले सिक्ने कुराहरू धेरै छन्। भर्खरै मात्रै हामीले जुन लर्डमेयरसँग कुरा गऱ्यौँ डेरिक मर्गनसँग, उहाँ भन्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो जस्तो एउटा विकास चाहिँ लामो प्रक्रियाद्वारा हुन्छ, अथवा पुर्खाले गरेको काम नै किन नहोस्, पुर्खाले गरेको काममा गर्व गर्न सक्यो भने त्यसलाई विकासको निरन्तरताको रूपमा लिन सकिन्छ, पुर्खाले सिर्जना गरेका कुरालाई बढी भ्यालु क्रिएट गर्न सकिन्छ। पक्कै पनि नेपालले सिक्ने कुरा धेरै छन्। सबैभन्दा ठुलो कुरा के हो भने नेपाल दक्षिण एसियाकै पहिलो देश हो जसले बेलायतसँग दौत्य सम्बन्ध कायम गरेको थियो, तर आज नेपालभन्दा अगाडि बढेर अरू देशहरू आइसकेका छन् जसले बेलायतसँग बढी बेनिफिट लिन सक्छ। तर नेपालले अब नयाँ डाइमेन्सन थप्नुपर्छ दौत्य सम्बन्धमा, खास गरी बेलायतको सिटी टु सिटी रिलेसन हुन्छ कि टुरिज्म टु टुरिज्म रिलेसन हुनसक्छ कि अथवा पर्टिकुलर युनिट टु युनिट रिलेसन हुनसक्छ। अब जी टु जी रिलेसन मात्र होइन, अब कम्युनिटी टु कम्युनिटी रिलेसन पनि डेभलप गर्न सक्नुपर्छ। आजको लागि क्लाइमेक्स मिडियाको प्रस्तुति दैनिक रोजगार समाचारको यो युरोप विशेष कार्यक्रमबाट बिदा चाहन्छु। नमस्कार।
दर्शकबिन वैदेशिक रोजगार, रेमिटेन्स, अध्यागमन लगायतका विषयहरू समेटी तयार पारिएको समाचार प्याकेज दैनिक रोजगार समाचार हरेक दिन यसै समयमा प्रसारण हुन्छ। हेर्न नभुल्नुहोला।